Hello, as you can hear, my name is Marcy. I'm from Golda Ock Academy. I'm very excited to be here. Thank you. I grew up in Limerick, Long Island. I am the youngest out of 5 children, and we attended a conservative synagogue, but I was also the first of my siblings to marry outside of the faith. My husband is Irish Catholic. We've been happily married for over 20 years, and we joke that people can tell it's an interfaith marriage by our 2 children. We have a Leah Rochelle Gorman and a Ryan Patrick O'Malley Gorman. We both worked in the fitness industry, and that industry took us all across the United States. We lived in 6 different states over 17 years, and during that time, we were never able to really build a tight community. Wherever we ended up, we lived there for a while, we met some amazing people, made some great friends, but really never got grounded. And I would always hear people who lived somewhere, they stayed there, their children went to school there, they had their bar bat mitzvah there, and I just figured that was not something that was going to happen for us. In 2012, my husband got an opportunity to go to Weston, Florida. In Weston, we had a bunch of family, so we figured, okay, this is going to be great. We're going to stay there. We're not going to leave anymore. I got a job teaching 2nd grade in a public school. We were looking for a bat mitzvah place for my daughter because she was just getting towards bat mitzvah age. And then, unfortunately, 5 months after, I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. So at that time, it was a very trying time in our life. We had to kind of put everything on hold. We were not having the opportunity to meet people, just not what we were expecting. But luckily, everything is great. 7 years now, and it's all in the bag. Thank you. After that, my husband had another opportunity to come back here. We were not 100% sure if we wanted to take it, but we were thinking, you know what, let's put everything behind and move on and start a new place. And this is it, we're not moving anymore. I came here, I interviewed with the administration at Golda Ock, and from the moment I walked into the room, I felt like this was the place to be. They made me feel so welcome. Touring the school, hearing the teachers with the students, just hearing the singing going on, the children, just everything. It felt so comfortable. It was so natural. A lot of the songs just brought me right back to when I was growing up, going to Hebrew school, and it was just amazing. 2 years ago, our dean, Tammy, asked if I would go to a responsive classroom. I went to a week training with a bunch of people from here, and it was amazing. For those of you who are not 100% on speed with responsive classroom, it's the social, emotional, intertwined with the academics. It was just a natural fit for me. To bring it back, I worked with my Judaic counterpart. We rolled it out in the 4th grade, and it was just amazing. And then this year, I had the opportunity to do it with 2nd grade. So where am I going with this? My dean asked me to do this Eli talk, and I'm like, what could I talk about? I have nothing to talk about. I mean, I don't know what I would be sharing with it. And I was on a call, and someone said to me, well, what is your Torah? I'm like, my Torah? I know what a Torah is, but what does the Torah have to do with me? I have a long commute. I drive down 80 every day, so I think a lot of you know what it could be like. Some days it takes me an hour, some days it takes me an hour and 45 minutes. You just never know. During that time, I spend a lot of time just reflecting, talking to my family, just thinking about the day, where am I going, what am I doing? And one day, I'm talking to my brother, and I said, I'm doing this Eli talk. And he's like, that's amazing. That's so cool. I can't wait to hear it. I'm like, well, I don't even know what I'm talking about. And he said, well, where are you thinking about? I said, I don't know. They asked me about my Torah. I don't know anything about a Torah. And he said to me, it's your story. Everyone has a story. What is your story? I'm like, my story? I don't really know if I have a story. Every day for a while, I'm just thinking about it. As I'm driving, I keep thinking, my story, I don't have a story. And then it just hit me. My story is responsive classroom, but not responsive classroom in the classroom. It is responsive classroom at Golda Ock Academy. It is the community there is now my community. From the moment I walked in there, seeing the people, hearing them, they made me feel that I was part of the community. And I never had that before. It was amazing to me to really feel that way, and I feel that way every day still going back to that school. So I'd like to end by saying 2 things. My first thing is I'd like to thank the administration. I'd like to thank my colleagues, who I just adore, for making me part of your community. But I would also like to leave that with all of you, that everyone has a story. Sometimes we have to dig a little deeper to figure out what our story is, but I'd like to end by asking you all that same question. What is your Torah?